The UN Convention on the Rights of the Child states that children have the right to freedom from all forms of violence, including bullying. Our first keynote speaker has, over the last 3 decades, dedicated her life to the promotion and protection of children's rights. She is the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General on Violence Against Children. We are very proud to welcome, joining us live from New York, Najat Maalla.
Thank you, thank you. Distinguished delegates, colleagues and friends, I want to thank warmly the government of Sweden for inviting me to participate in this World Anti-Bullying Forum aimed at improving our understanding of bullying and the responses to it. It is a pleasure to join you today and to contribute to this important and timely international and interdisciplinary forum as violence against children, including bullying, is increasing worldwide. In my speech, I would like to share 3 messages with you. First message, bullying is among children's top concerns. No child is immune wherever he or she is. As you know, bullying is an aggressive behavior among school-aged children that involves a real or perceived power imbalance. This behavior is repeated or has the potential to be repeated over time. Bullying can be physical, verbal, emotional, sexual, and or social. It occurs offline and or online. Although rates differ from country to country, it is present and widespread throughout the world, affecting more than 1 in 3 students between 13 and 15 years of age, and cyberbullying affecting as many as 1 in 10 children, according to UNESCO. 1 in 5 young people reported having skipped school due to bullying online and offline, according to a new report done by UNICEF and my mandate. Bullying can happen anywhere. Bullying can occur during or after school hours. While most reported bullying happens in the school building, a significant percentage also happens outside school, on the way to or from school, in the children's neighborhood, or on the internet. Cyberbullying is intrinsically intertwined with bullying. They are not 2 different phenomena. Technology has allowed bullying to go beyond school grounds and surrounding. ICTs allow bullies to follow their victims everywhere, all the time. Cyberbullying can cause profound harm also because it leaves a permanent footprint in cyberspace and can quickly reach a wide audience. Bullying and cyberbullying feed into each other, forming a continuum of violence, which often starts at home, goes to school, and enters the community in which children's lives take place. The consequences of bullying on children's educational outcomes, long-term health and well-being are well documented. Both children who are bullied and who bully others may have serious, lasting problems. Research has shown that bullying is associated with a range of mental and physical consequences, including anxiety, substance abuse, depression, and suicidal thoughts and behaviors. Research has also shown that these effects can persist into adulthood. Many factors associated with such violence have been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Children's increased presence online can be tied to cyberbullying and online abuse, including hate speech, while school closures and lockdowns have also meant that teachers, social and healthcare workers, who usually identify and report instances of violence, are no longer interacting regularly with children. Second message, we need to end the stigma surrounding bullying. The reason for being bullied reported most often by students include physical appearance, race, ethnicity, gender, disability, religion, sexual orientation, health or weight problems, and socioeconomic status. Stigma can also spread false and harmful information that can lead to increasing rates of bullying online and offline. Children who are bullied don't report it easily because they may fear being seen as weak, they may already feel socially isolated, or they may fear being rejected by their peers and judged by adults. Many children remain silent, left to deal with self-stigma and poor self-esteem alone. Stigma blocks children from seeking help. Not all children who are bullied or are bullying others ask for help. There are many warning signs that may indicate that someone is affected by bullying, either being bullied or bullying others. Recognizing the warning signs is an important first step in taking action against bullying. Bullying can affect everyone, those who are bullied, those who bully, and those who witness bullying. Most children play more than one role in bullying other time. In some cases, they may be directly involved in bullying as the one bullying others or being bullied, and in others, they may witness bullying as passive outsiders or playing and assisting or defending their peers. Some children are both bullied and bully others. Every situation is different. It is important to understand the multiple roles children play in order to effectively prevent and respond to bullying in a sustainable way. There are no good and bad children. There are children that just need to be heard and supported. Every young person involved in bullying as a target, a bystander, or as one bullying must benefit from support. Young people who bully may also need support to help them address their behavior. Parents, school counselors, teachers, and mental health professionals can work with young people who bully to help them develop healthy school and peer connection and to learn new social and emotional skills. My third and key message: children are part of the solution. Children's creativity, resilience, sense of solidarity, activism are remarkable. All over the world, they are organizing and taking action on issues that are important for them, including bullying. We see increasing national, regional, and global social networks and movements of children to end all forms of violence, including bullying. With the use of digital technology, children around the world are speaking up more and more, raising awareness, providing peer-to-peer support, helping their peers to report violence, providing guidance and psychosocial support, training each other, and documenting and sharing online their experiences and their views with one another. Children are leading initiatives on addressing bullying, tackling stigma, and breaking the silence surrounding it. During numerous meetings, both offline and online with children from various parts of the world, I had the opportunity to hear and see some of this wonderful and amazing and creative child and youth-led initiative. To amplify children's voice and increase their visibility, as well as to bridge their voices and actions with decision makers, my office has launched a mapping of children's initiatives across regions towards an inclusive and healthy world free from violence. As we see, children are active participants in their lives and agents of change in all matters that concern them. They are best qualified to be part of the solution. This is especially true when addressing all forms of violence inflicted upon them, including bullying and cyberbullying. But we need to do more and more to listen to them, to scale up and support their initiative, and to involve them in designing policies and programs addressing all forms of violence against children, including bullying. Children need to be involved and supported by all those with the capacity and responsibility to make a difference. Governments, service providers like mental health professionals and school personnel, parents, caregivers, communities, civil society organizations, private sector, including ICT and social media providers. Ladies and gentlemen, only 8 years remain to keep the promise of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Preventing and ending bullying is essential to guaranteeing children's right to education, health, well-being, development, and protection. This is also essential to achieve the related sustainable development goals such as Target 16.2 and SDG 4, as well as other SDGs tackling all the drivers of violence against children. As the world builds back better after the pandemic, there is an opportunity to reassess priorities and invest in ending all forms of violence against children, including bullying. We cannot go back to normal because what was normal before the pandemic was not good enough. Children are going back to school. The return to school has to be seen as an opportunity to build safe, empowering, enabling, inclusive schools where children feel protected, where they are provided with safe online and offline pathway to express themselves freely, to report concerns, and also seek help. Bullying is a behavior that can and must be changed. This calls for strong political will, sustainable and multi-stakeholders partnership. This calls for a child rights-centered approach which encompasses whole of society and whole school approach. This calls for involving and empowering teachers, school counselors, social workers, healthcare workers, families, students, and ICT companies in the prevention and early detection of bullying and cyberbullying, as well as in raising awareness and changing attitudes and norms towards violence against children. As already highlighted, children need to be involved in the present and response, in the prevention, and response, as they have stated that they often see bullying where adults fail to recognize it. Inclusive and meaningful child participation and involvement as actors of change is not an option, it is a must. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Najat. And please send in your questions for Najat. Thank you very much for that presentation, Najat. And well, what do you think is the most important thing to change right now to progress even faster in the quest for a non-bullying society?
I think we have already many key programs in various parts of the world. The big problem is that you have this silo approach. The big problem is not scaling up. The big problem is that we are not working together. And another big issue is that children are not duly listened, are not duly involved, and are not seen as part of the solution. And I think we need, as I highlighted, to tackle the stigma that is surrounding, bullying and cyberbullying. This is, for me, our main key issues. And to use, very frankly, building back better and children who are going back to school to make sure that they're not going back to the school that they knew before. Just to let you know, I had a wonderful meeting with children on past Friday, preparing the conference in East Asia and Pacific. And all of them, the main concern is back to school because they have a big fear about bullying and cyberbullying in verbal form, but also in sexual form. So we need to make them on board and to listen to them and really to involve them in decision-making process.
What's the most important thing one of all the children that live with bullying have taught you? What is the most important thing you have learned listening to another child out there?
Yes, I just listened and I have in mind while speaking with you with a girl who was really a victim of cyberbullying, sexual cyberbullying and just to let sexual harassment. And she was feeling so bad and so ashamed to speak about it. And when she reached, her counselor before the pandemic, he was telling her, no, we can't deal with that because it's a shame, it's taboo, it's maybe your behavior that made that, so we'll see. And when she spoke with her parents, it was the same. And after that, because she had strong impact on her mental health, depression, she went to the hospital and she was again stigmatized because she was cyberbullied. She was in this hospital. And what she was requesting for is to speak up. It's not a shame. It's a huge problem that it's affecting children worldwide. To empower children, to inform children, and to involve all the actors, including ICT sectors, and to make school teacher and school counselor many more trained and more aware and more open-minded.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Najat Maalla, and thank you for joining us. And best of the luck in future with all of your important work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.